first exercise that I'm going to have you do is going to be using a band like this. So what that band is going to be used for is for mobilizing that hip. We want to pull that posteriorly back into the joint and then create some distraction and mobilization there. So you're going to find something very sturdy to attach this to. So you're just going to loop it through, pull it through, so that way it's secure. And then with the hip, you're going to bring your leg right through it. Like this. And you're going to tuck it up right into the groin, right into the top of that hip joint, as high as you can get it. The first thing you're going to do is work on just going straight out with it. So you're going to bring this forward like a lunge. Then what you're going to do is lean forward, but you want to try to relax that hip. So you don't want to keep it pulling against it. You want to try to let that hip relax, and it's almost going to pull that open a bit. So it's going to drive that open. Then what you want to do is take that knee and bring it in, and then let it open all the way out. And then bring it in, and then let it open all the way out. Bring it in, and then open. Then what you're going to do is you're going to bring it, and you're going to stand the other way. So I'm going to change my position here so that way it's easier to see. So I'm going to use the other leg. So you're going to bring this through, and you're going to have it pull outwards like that. So tuck it all the way up in there, and then you're going to come about 45-degree angle forward, and you're going to be here and open that up, and then bring that across and bring that open. And the more that you can lean into it and get tension on there, you're just trying to get some good mobility on that hip joint. Then you're going to come back. You're going to bring this so you're on your knee like this, and you're going to get it forward so there's a lot of tension, and then rock back, and then you can even bring your foot into this outwards and then inwards. So this would be hip internal rotation and then external rotation. And then the last one is you're just going to sit on that knee, driving that hip up and moving back and forth and around like that. So that's going to be what I want you to start doing with the band. And afterwards, it should feel great. It should almost feel like that hip has been distracted a bit from that joint, and there's some better motion in there. Then what I want you to do from there is this pigeon, where you're going to bring that forward like this. Knee straight out, shin. It could be back like this, ideally at about 45 degrees. And then sit that hip joint there, and then that's going to stretch that glute muscle a bit over there. Then the last thing that I want you to do to start is you're going to be on all fours, and this is called hip cars. What you're going to do is you're going to take that knee, bring it to the elbow, then you try to bring the knee as high as you can, and then trace as big of a circle as you can, and then back down. Then you're going to reverse it, bring it up as high as you can, open like a fire hydrant, like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant, and then bring it around, and then back to the elbow. I want to show you the biggest mistake that people make with this, though, is like if you watch my back, I'm keeping it flat or mostly flat the whole time. What I don't want you to do is this, where you're opening up here. So you see I'm moving my whole back to open it. Now all I'm doing is straining or stressing my low back. I'm not actually working the hip joint. So the more that we can open up those tissues, create better mobility in there, create some space, and then train the neuromuscular control of that joint and supporting that joint, it's going to help to support the adjustments that much more. So we want the specific adjustments to correct the neurology of that joint and take pressure off of the nerves and restore those proper patterns of healing. And then supporting that with these exercises should do a lot to support the healing of those tissues.